Hey guys, and welcome to our first vlog. Since we don't have a lot of the game to show yet, we decided to just record a little podcast and talk about our plans and what we did so far. I hope you enjoy it. Have fun. So I think the first thing we should talk about is our vision. Our general plan for Enso.
Yeah. I think the main plan or the vision is to establish a indie game studio.
Yeah.
Like, that's the main vision. And yeah, we have some methods or tactics. We want to we want to do this, like community building and other stuff. We want to go in detail more, but yeah, I think that's the vision, that we as a team and potentially more later, like to have a established indie game studio.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the main goal here, to have our studio, build it from the ground up, and have it get it to that point that we can just focus on our work, do what we love, and
and that's making games.
With you.
I think that's the point.
Yeah.
Like that's our main goal, to establish or to build a community, hopefully a huge community. Because nowadays it's not possible to have just a studio and just drop a game random and then hope that in this ocean of games that our game is the one somebody saw. It's like we need to build it.
Yeah, and I think that's a great opportunity for developers as well. Like having so many people that not only want to play the game but want to get involved in the process of creating it, getting so much feedback all the time, and having like this random ideas of these different people can be so great. And even if you don't like put it in the game directly, you get inspired by it a lot. And I think being in this time where people really wanna like give feedback on the games, and it's really fortunate.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why we are doing this. We also could just now like building the game, but we think it's important to like that you know us, that you know what Enso is, and that you can be part of this process. And
I think these are the main points.
Let's go into detail a little bit more. How are we doing it? How are we involving the community into the development process?
So I would just start. Our key part is to be present on social media. So you will get a lot of information about us and about what we're doing. You get blogs to get to know the development process, and just so you can also keep track of the project, how the project is going. And we also really want to push you to our Discord to talk to us, to get in touch with us. And that's what our vision, like we told you, that you get into the development process.
I think, because it's easy to just buy some game where you don't really have connections to it, or if you are from the beginning to the end part of the whole process, if you gave feedback to us, if you have some improvements which maybe we don't see because we play the game 100 times and we don't see like a small detail, where a small detail that it's very annoying to most of other people, not only us. Give it to us. It helps us. It helps you to enjoy a better game, and I think that's very important for everyone else.
Yeah, definitely. And I would like to elaborate on that as well. Like I think it's clear that not every feedback that we get we can put in.
Yeah.
But I think it's very, very important for healthy developer community relationship to like talk to the people why we didn't choose to put it in like that, or why we changed it before we put it in, or stuff like that. Or maybe sometimes it just inspired us to do something completely different. And I think that can vary a lot. And I think that it's important that we give feedback, not only the things we put into the game, but only about the things we don't.
Yeah, and like you said, like the why we put it in, and most of the time the why is the community said it's good or not good. But of course we have a vision of the game and the company, and because of that vision also of the game, like we couldn't just get random thoughts and just put it in.
Could be fun as well. That's not what we're planning to do.
Game jam.
Maybe for a second game.
Yeah, maybe we can do like
Just like give us just random stuff and we put it
maybe
in.
we do like a community game jam thing where like people have like a week time to put in ideas for games,
Yeah, that would be
and
nice.
we do a game jam over a weekend and try to put it together into one game.
It's like a freestyle rap.
Yeah, that could be really fun though.
Well,
We should keep that in mind. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah,
I love it.
but of course for a like normal game it's not possible. But
Yeah, exactly.
we think it's super important that we interact with you and that you interact with us.
Yeah, and we are giving feedback on your feedback. Exactly. And I think it's really important to note here as well that, like on our social medias, you talked about it a little bit, that when you get answers on social media or Discord or anything, it's always us. Like it's always the developer itself they are giving, like you're talking to, basically in the end. I think that's really important as well.
We have no huge marketing team that talks to you.
We have no money for people from outside
Sadly not,
to do the job for us. So it's always us you're talking to. Exactly. That's really cool.
What's the game?
We should talk about the game, right? We are so much like into like building our social media right now and stuff. We almost forgot about the game. So what we're planning to do is like a 2D action platformer, you can call it. High mobility, close combat, and fluid combat. And we want to mix it like we really want you to be able to experience the game over and over in different ways. So we decided to get like a very, very heavy focus on loot. So the loot, depending on what you find and how you upgrade it, will alter your game, your play style a lot. So if you find item A and use it, and at some point it gets boring, you just grab another item or upgrade it, and it will be so much different that you want to, in the best case, you want to find more items, upgrade them more, and and all that in like a 2D platformer.
So in turn we call it a loot platformer.
Yeah, loot platformer
like
is like a,
And
I think it describes it pretty good.
I mean we can't go like into really depth right now because we are shaping it right now, and we think that we have a really nice way to with the upgrading system that we can make it replayable. And also it's co-op.
Oh yeah. Big point. I forgot. That's the most important thing.
We try to make it multiplayer as well, or co-op. Better to say co-op. To let you enjoy the game with your friends and battle who gets the better loot. Just to add another little bit of spice.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I think there will be some very strong enemies that you can't defeat alone. So you will be able to form a party, or at least 2 people, and take the bosses down. I think that's pretty much the vision of the game we have right now. But it's all like it's gonna change for sure. But I think that's the direction we want to go right now. And when we are the games already, we can talk about what we did so far. Like, Nico looks like he wanna talk about it.
I mean, we started with Basti and I started with a student project with a board game, and Jan and David separated, also started with a board game. What we did was how did you describe it?
Well, I think it's easier when you know my background, which is Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
I love the game. I love playing it. I love Commander. And I think that's translated a lot into the board game we did. It was like a mix of...
I didn't notice.
Well, all the cards you had in hand and the counter spells and stuff. It was very inspired by Magic. But it was mixed with like a Catan game.
Yeah.
With like collecting resources to... to basically be able to play those cards and have like these wars with your cards.
Yeah.
Was pretty much it. It was like an alchemist game.
Yeah, you have to defeat your opponent with the cards and
Yeah, and we had basically no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
And somehow the game was fun.
Yeah.
We didn't know why, but yeah. Talk about your games.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I think our game was called Back to Earth. Won a couple of student awards.
I knew that. The
same. And yeah, it was a galactic racer, still on a board game, of course.
Not in space.
No. Yeah. But yeah, you battle against 3 other players who gets to their broken ship first, and you gather on the way their resources to repair that mentioned broken ship. And yeah, you can play some cards to deny resources and stuff from your enemies, fellow player, I mean. Sorry, have it.
It's pretty much a similar game to yours.
Yeah, it has some similarities.
It's about gathering resources and collecting, and you can...
That's what board games do.
Collecting resources is fun. I don't know, I love it.
True. That's why we're gonna do a loop platformer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. And it was also funny because we playtested our games in the development phase, and and then seeing what came up in the end, like what we did was really cool. I still dream about your crystal shark. I love him. So cool.
Maybe we'll see him one day, maybe.
The next game we worked on, we all worked together with other people as well, but our core was part of the development team as well. And I think you two should talk about it because the way of coding was unique.
It pretty much was our first really real video game we developed, and it was a challenge. I'd say.
Also the first coding project we did.
So
well, they were completely new to coding.
And it was a nice journey. We learned a lot of stuff.
Like the game is called Aya, and it's a
2D puzzle game.
2D puzzle game.
Pixel art puzzle game, yeah.
Maybe you see Aya here.
True,
yeah. We didn't have any clues or how stuff worked, and we didn't use an engine. We wrote it in C++. And it was a completely mess. But it worked, and it's like the level we have or the game we have, it's pretty nice for how we started.
Yeah, I think so.
Still a nice project to look back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, after that we did another couple of little projects. We worked together, but also with remote people, and we learned a lot of stuff during these projects, and now we are ready to
take on the real challenge, I would say.